y'all, it's Amanda with Fig and Thistle Books, and I am here to bring you a readerly ramble. So back when I had my blog active, I used to occasionally do something I would call readerly rambles, where I talked about what I just finished reading, what I'm currently reading, and what's up next, and then any bits and bobs of like bookish stuff going on. So I thought I'd bring that back for this YouTube channel. I've been meaning to record one of these for a while, so here we go. Alright, what have I read? Well, I've just finished The Changeling, and I will post the review to that down below. It was a great book, definitely 4 stars, I recommend it, and my review is sort of a feminist critique or reading of The Changeling, so I hope you'll check that out. That's what I've finished. What I'm currently reading. So I'm currently reading Kaveh Akbar's Calling a Wolf a Wolf. And this is our January selection for the Fig and Thistle Poetry Challenge. And yes, it is near the end of January. So I will be posting a review of this on Thursday, February the 1st. I'm doing it. Side note, as long as none of my kids get the flu or strep throat or the stomach virus that has infiltrated both of their schools. So, disclaimer. So, okay. This book is amazing. It has taken me a while to read because I read poems in a different manner. So, sometimes people read poems, and I find if I read it straight through the book, the poems seem to merge together, and I start to get into a rhythm, and then I can't really separate out what I'm reading. So, I read each poem 3 times. I read it once just to get an overall feeling of the poem. I read a second time to note themes or particular words or lines that I really love. And then once I'm done, I do one read of the book as a whole just to kind of see how everything fits as a collection. And I read it very slowly with a lot of concentration and a lot of note taking. That is not how you have to read poems. There is no right way or wrong way to read a poem. You do what works for you. But this is what I do. So oh wow, the sunshine. The phrase argle bargle is used here. I love that phrase. And I'll write it's hard to see. Things are underlined and circled and notes and check marks and stars and yeah. So I annotate while I go. So that's why it's taking me a bit longer. And I've deeply appreciated and enjoyed the poems in here, and I want to do them justice. So I will be posting a video review of this book, and we can have a discussion and see what you think about it. And we'll talk about our February choice. So I'm also currently reading Angela Carter's The Magic Toy Shop. This is for my TBR, it's for my Virago challenge. That's what it is. I've read this book at least 3 times, and I was grateful to have the chance to pick it up again. It's my favorite Angela Carter novel. And after reading The Changeling, my magical realism thirst was reawakened. So I knew I had to pick something up first. So that's what I'm currently reading. So what's up next? Well, I don't know. Okay, I have a few ideas. So 2 things I'm definitely going to start reading, and then we'll talk about the rest. Okay, so I'm a nerd, so I interlibrary loaned this book, The Feminist Reference Desk. You can't see the title. The Feminist Reference Desk by Maria Accardi, and, because I'm in library school, and has a lot of ways of thinking about how we do reference at a library and how to use a feminist perspective. Here's the chapter I'm most excited about. Filling in the gaps, using zines to amplify the voices of people who are silenced in academic research. So that is just, I'm a dork. This is right up my alley. The essays or the articles look brief, but have substantial reference pages and notes and bibliographies, things where I can follow up and read. So I'm looking forward to dipping into this one. Oh, there's poems. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm really excited for this book. So I am really excited for this one. I'm also going to start reading Kin Liu's The Paper Menagerie, which was on my January TBR scooting over to February probably, but I'm definitely I'm going to take a slight break from poems every day. I'm going to try to read a poetry collection and then read a short story collection, then read a poetry collection, read a short story collection, because there's things that they are things that I like to read in brief. I like to read a single story and take a break because I don't want them to smoosh together. So we will be when we're done with Kava Bar, before I begin the February collection, I'm going to read some of these short stories. So what am I going to read as far as like my main book? Like short stories, you know, the feminist reference desk is going to be my lunch break read. What book am I going to sink my teeth into? So I don't know. I have the Essex Serpent on my TBR. I have Wookie Collins' No Name on my TBR, and I don't know if those are the ones I'm going to pick up next. I think later this week I might get together a February TBR and just kind of pull some things off my shelf, look at my challenge reading list, and maybe change things up a little bit just to get some whenever I have challenges and stuff, I'll put things on a TBR for that month, and if I don't read it in that month, sometimes I'll let it take a break for a minute, read something else, then come back to it, because if it's not drawing me, if I'm not reaching for it, then maybe it's the wrong time. Speaking of which, I did have my first DNF of the year. I feel bad about it. So I tried once again to read Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. I feel like this is a book I should love. I feel like it should be right up my alley, and I read like about a third of it a year and a half ago, and I was enjoying it, and I put it down and never picked it back up. So I picked it up after I finished The Changeling, and I'm reading 3 pages and I'm like, no, now I don't like it. Before I felt I liked it and just went and pick it up, but I was like, I don't like it. It's the problem is I think Jane Eyre is so close to my heart, and it's not necessarily her writing. It's not that she's writing a story that parallels Jane Eyre's. She's not saying it's a rewriting of Jane Eyre, but it parallels Jane Eyre's path. It's that she's trying to write in a Victorian style, and it's coming off as real artificial. It doesn't feel right. It's not sitting with me. It's not connecting. It's not clicking. So I read like 3 pages. I was like, oh, you know what? If we're going to read 60 to 75 books today, we're going to keep our reading today. Not today. If we're going to read 60 to 75 books this year, we are not going to get there by forcing ourselves through things that aren't clicking with us. So I put it back, and I probably will not pick up Jane Steele again. However, I do want to pick up a Lindsay Fay book because I've heard she's amazing, but maybe that's just not the right one. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them below and I will check them out. So let's see here. As far as bookish events, I went to the bookstore with my husband for our anniversary and got some books, and I'll be filming a book haul here in the next week or two. I participated in 24 and 48. I read for 6 hours. That's pretty good. I didn't count, I should have, but I didn't count the Sunday where I just sat and read my research methods textbook. I totally could have counted that for 24 and 48, but I didn't. But I did enjoy reading. I met with a book club. A friend of mine has started a new book club called a Choose Your Own Adventure book club. It's an in real life book club. And what you do is we just meet once a month and talk about what we're reading. So there's no like set novel we're all going to read this. We just all bring a book we love or a book we're currently reading, and we talk about that book, and we talk about what we're reading, and we just talk about bookish things, and it was fabulous. So I am doing reading. I am, getting things done. Schoolwork's ramping up a little bit. But making the time to read every day, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, has been amazing. I feel like I have not gotten a break in so long, and just even this weekend sitting down with The Changeling for a 3-hour chunk, and it was great. I haven't been able to read in a sustained manner for that long in what feels like forever. So I'm enjoying what I'm reading. I'm feeling pretty good. So as far as videos go, I'm going to be filming a January book haul. I'm going to be filming a review of Calling a Wolf a Wolf. I'm going to be filming a TBR for February. So all of those things will be coming up very soon. And thank you guys for sticking around, even when I get like, maudlin and slumpy and I'm not posting regularly. Like I said, the only reason I won't be posting regularly is if my kids get sick, because the flu's going around, strep's going around, there's a stomach virus going around, like the schools are kind of empty. I work at a university, so in the library we are sanitizing all the time. We are like hourly wiping down door handles, spraying things, but we have a lot of students in there. We have public computers. We're sending work studies home. They come in, I don't feel good, leave, get out of here. Go to bed. So there is, a fair amount of sickness. So if I drop off the face of the earth and I'm gone for about a week, it's because we're all over here stewing in our own filth and being germy. So, all right, I hope you all stay well and avoid the flu and strep and whatever awful winter diseases are in your area. I hope you're all enjoying what you're reading. If you have any recommendations, please share them with me, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, bye.